I know I didn't really come dressed for movement today. I want to be presentable for the 511 headquarters, but at the same time, any chance that I get to get some movement coaching or instruction from you, Philippe, it's an honor. So take me through it. Show me, I know you're going to introduce some of the 7 hand movements or the 7 arm
Yes,
placements.
exactly. So the 7 arm placements are just a foundational start of the movement, and it starts by moving the shoulder. And you know from the SmartFlex, which there's a whole suite of content available soon at Fitness on Fire, with the SmartFlex, again, if you start on the shoulders, which is one of the domino snowball effects of how the rest of the body is going to move, we're going to walk through these 7 basic hand positions, which we can then combine with leg work or other stuff, like balance and breathing work. So it's very, very easy, simple, few patterns. So everything starts with the upright posture. Shoulders retracted in your back pocket. If you think about being against the wall, you should be able to have your butt, heel, shoulders back of head, all against the wall. This is your reset, right? But the first position is that simple, hands on hips. Okay, right here. Okay. Second position is hands at shoulders. So you really want to bring your elbows as close to your ribs as possible. All right, and you can squeeze the armpits and lats and still very upright. So you see that. Now some people may have a hard time with their wrist mobility and have more of a barbell grip. But again, the ideal position is with those fingers touching those shoulders. Okay. All right. Try to stand against the wall like that to check your alignment. The next position from here is hands at chest. So right here, very level, right? You retract your shoulder blades. So go ahead, hands on your chest. Good. A little bit higher. And all in one line. So you want the hand, the elbow, and the shoulders to be on the same line, right? And imagine if you had, for instance, like the resistance of a band or SmartFlex, you'll be working a little bit harder. For instance, if I make you close, work against me, right? You feel how that'll retract your shoulder blade and make you very, very active.
Absolutely.
Right? So next position from here is simply arms out, palms up. Go ahead. So very important right here, if you can turn those hands out a little bit and again open up the chest. A tight chest is such a common problem in our society. You see it right there from holding it, right? And then we're just doing a basic isometric hold, right? Going to hands behind your head. Now that's one of my favorite because I can really tell how tight people are, especially if I have them flat against the wall right here. But being able to retract the shoulders and keeping that alignment, you don't have to have your fingers interlaced, just touching the skull cavity is fine. But if you interlace your fingers, see what happens, the challenge increases, right? Because the elbows want to come forward. So now you have to work the neck muscles to push the head back against the resistance of your hands so you can open up the chest.
It's crazy how active my posterior chain is right now, just with hand placement.
And see what we're talking about, you don't need equipment to achieve a certain benefit. Now with equipment you can enhance that, but the end result is still a better range of motion. Now the next one is one shoulder flex, one extended. So since you one arm up, one arm down, go ahead. Right? And go ahead, open up your hands, right? So there's a certain movement you can do this way. I find that sometimes if somebody has a hard time with it, I make them tighten their fists and use those muscles because the end goal is you want to extend and flex that shoulder a little bit more, right? And the final position here would be with both arms up. So again, try to reach the sky. And this is where you'll see a lot of movement instability with people leaning back too much because they're actually doing this incline bench press version instead of having that nicely flexed shoulder.
The body's always going to find the path of least resistance. So if I can't get my arms up there, then my back's going to try and arch to get it up there,
Exactly. So keep your butt tight, spread the floor, right? Tuck your tailbone, pelvis, abs are nice and tight, and nice extension right here. And relax, right? And go back, reset, right? So this is where exercises start and end. When the instructor says halt, cease, or stop, boom, every student comes back to this, right? And then he will cue, for instance, hands on hips, deep knee bend. So again, you'll do that first move where you'll do a deep knee bend, maintain that alignment, okay? And you will come back up. You can do the same drill again, hands behind your head. And again, perform a deep knee bend again. Right? You can do the same movement with your arms out, palms up, and do a deep knee bend. Good. From here, there'll be a variety of exercises, for instance, for balance. So he'll have, for instance, he'll say hands at chest, and extend one leg. So the importance comes onto the alignment of the body and the height of the leg second. So if this is all you can do right now, that's what you do. You're not going to lean back, right? And lose that alignment in the spine. So this is how you combine things, right? But you can also combine hand movements and breathing. For instance, hands at chest, and you're going to go. Right? The emphasis in breathing in this case is going to be on expanding the thoracic cage. You want to open up that space between your ribs, right? You want to enlarge the chest so you can give more freedom, more room from the heart and the lungs, right? Breathing, very important. Now, this is not your kime breathing, right? Your martial arts or kettlebell swinging heart. This is more about filling that rib cage for greater ease of movement, greater hygienic promotion, greater cardiopulmonary promotion, better running, etc., etc. And you can combine a leg movement with arms movement and breathing. So you can go like this, very Hindu-like, where you go. Right? Or you can reverse your breathing pattern. Maybe you're going to go like this. Right? So you play with the breath, you play with the movement. You can create balancing drills, you can create little back extension drills. Again, how you position your hands, for instance, do that little back extension, right? So keep your hands at your hips on the first, right? And guys, squeeze the butt, lean back, right? Now come back to reset, place your hands behind your head, and do that movement again. Now you're adding weight on top, so that modifies your leverage, right? Do the same thing, palms up, arms out. So now as you lean back, then you can use gravity to open up that chest a little bit more.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling that.
Right? You want to make it a little bit more complicated, have your arms all the way up. And see right there, you've lost some of your
a whole lot,
sensibility. And you will also be developing that vestibular system at the same time. So it just multiple benefits in a very little amount of time. And I do believe that if people were to just walk through some of those basics, they'll start feeling a lot better. You can get up from your desk and use that. And again, whether you use a device or not is up to you, but you don't have an excuse not to do it. And it's very simple right here. You don't have to get on the ground to start moving better. A lot of people have issues getting on the ground, whether it's dirt or ability, right? So right there.
I think as people watch what we're doing right now, they might be like, oh, come on, man, it's not that difficult to stand up. I'm on fire. My whole, everything is working, so I can feel it. And a lot of this is covered in your new book, correct?
The elements of that are going to be covered in the book. I'm, of course, going to be teasing that. I've set a whole, actually on Instagram, I posted a bunch of pictures of myself doing it, and I took one of my son's action figures of Spider-Man, and I put him through all of the poses like that. So it's really fun. So you can follow me again at Philippe Til on Instagram, but that is mentioned in the first book. It will be really detailed in the second book as well.
Awesome. And the first book, one more time for our audience.
Yes, The Natural Method, a practical guide to physical education, but just look at The Natural Method, available on the Kindle store of Amazon. And to you, subscribers of Fitness on Fire, go to www.action-fitness.com/fitnessonfire.
Thank you one more time. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And I'm really looking forward to digging into your book.
Awesome, man. Looking forward to it as well.
Thank you.